to Rocky Railway VBS, where Jesus' power pulls us through. My name is Miss Debbie, and I'm so glad that you're here to join us for this experience. We're going to have a great time learning all about Jesus. I'm glad you're here, so let's get started. Hey, you know, our theme is about trains and the railroad and the Rocky Mountains. And so one of the things we're going to do while we're together here is we're going to take some time to sing and celebrate Jesus. And we're going to begin with that now by singing our theme song that says, "Your power will pull us through." Stand up and sing along with the video.
We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey, there's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us whole and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey, there's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. Make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Trusting in you. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you.
How awesome is that, kids? What a fun song. I hope you enjoyed singing our theme song together. We'll be singing that some more this week. It helps us remember that we can trust Jesus. Now, as you can see, we have a train here in our set, and our theme is about trains. We're imagining that we're on a journey, and we're taking a train ride across the country. You know, years ago, trains were the main way that people traveled, and they even used steam engines. Now, an inventor realized that you could take steam and get power from it. It's kind of like this tea kettle right here. You may have one like this at your house. I actually use this one to make tea at my house, and here's how it works. You put water inside the tea kettle, and then the heat underneath makes the water get hot. When the water gets hot, it starts boiling up, and it creates steam. And then the steam pushes through a tiny little hole here through the tea kettle, and then it makes a whistle sound. You've probably heard that at your house. Well, just like this tea kettle, but on a much larger scale, is the way a steam engine works. The steam helps power that train through and give it what it needs to carry people across the world. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. When we think about power, you may think about a superhero, a very powerful superhero. Shout out for me right now. Who is your favorite superhero? I got you there. There's a lot of cool superheroes, but here's the deal. I also want you to stand up and show me your weightlifter power pose. Here we go. There we go. That's right. When we think about power, a lot of times we think about muscles or superheroes. But here's the deal, guys. We want to talk about the most powerful power of all, and that's the power of God. God has more power than any superhero or than any person. God has the power to create mountains or oceans. This whole world where we live, we see the power of God and what he has created. And it's not just that, guys. God has the power to love and the power to forgive, the power to comfort and the power to heal. And God's power is even more powerful, if you can believe this, than death. We're going to talk about all those things this week, and I'm so excited about that. And guess what? We have a really neat song about God's power. It's called Power in the Blood. Stand up and sing this song with us.
Would you do service for Jesus, your King? There's power in the blood, power in the blood. Would you live daily his praises to sing? There's wonderful power in the blood. There is power, power, wonder-working power in the blood of the Lamb. There is power, power, wonder-working power in the precious blood of the Lamb. Would you do service for Jesus, your King? There's power in the blood, power in the blood. Would you live daily his praises to sing? There's wonderful power in the blood. There is power, power, wonder-working power in the blood of the Lamb. There is power, power, wonder-working power in the precious blood of the Lamb. Oh, there is power, power, wonder-working power in the blood of the Lamb. There is power, wonder-working power in the precious blood of the Lamb.
Hey guys, wasn't that a fun song? Singing about the power in the blood of Jesus. So I want us now to move to our Bible point. Every night at Rocky Railway VBS, we will have a special Bible point that is our point for that day. And so the one for today tells us that Jesus' power can help us do hard things. And here's what I need for you to do. Whenever you hear someone say the Bible point for today, as soon as they say it, you jump in and say, trust Jesus, like you're pulling a train whistle. So let's try it. Today's Bible point is Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. That's right. You've got it. And so that is what we want to remember all week, is that we can trust Jesus. So in addition to the Bible point every day, we will have a Bible verse from the Bible, God's Word. And I brought my Bible here, and I want to open it to the Bible book of Philippians. And this is our verse for today, and I want you to see if you can learn this verse. It says, "For I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength. That's Philippians 4:13. Remember, we're talking about power, so you can say it with me. For I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength. Philippians 4:13. Good job, friends. Now, there's one more thing. Every day we'll have a Bible point. We will have a Bible verse. And we will meet a Bible buddy. If you've been a part of our VBS in the past, you know all about this. Our buddy is an animal mascot that not only is just kind of fun, but the mascot, Bible buddy, also helps us remember our point for the day. So let's meet our buddy for tonight. It's Ramsey. We're going to watch a video about him now.
Hey there, friends! Glad you're all on board for a rambunctious week of faith and fun at Rocky Railway. I'm Ramsey, a bighorn sheep. Can you guess why? Okay, that was too easy. Check out these cool, curvy horns God gave me. Ram's horns can weigh up to 30 pounds. That's as much as some of our littlest preschool buddies. Wow! My horns have to be tough, because we male sheep use them to keep other rams out of our territory. People who study rams say we can run into each other at 20 to 40 miles per hour. Bam! You can hear that sound for miles. Me and my herd hang out all over the majestic, massive Rocky Mountains. The Rocky Mountains rock! If you head up to find me, strap on your hiking boots. Sometimes my herd grazes in an alpine meadow. 'Cause that's where the good stuff is. Wow, good! But the meadow makes us an easy target for predators, so we also like to climb way up those crazy cliffs. We sheep like it steep. Me and my family can hang out on a little teeny tiny ledge that's only a few inches wide. Animals like bears or coyotes can't bother us here. Whew! And check out the view! God made us just right for staying safe in those hard, rocky places. My hooves are split and have a rough skin on the bottom that grips tight to the rugged rocks. Plus, I've got excellent eyesight. No glasses for me. It may sound like climbing these cliffs and balancing on jagged ledges is hard to do, but God has given me everything I need to live here. Find food and keep my family safe. I've heard that you sometimes have to do hard things too. When there's a bully at school, maybe you feel like you're in a rough, rocky place. You may not be balanced on a cliff ledge like me, but maybe you have to balance homework, chores, sports, music, and friendships. That sounds hard. Maybe coming here today and making new friends even feels like a hard thing for you. But did you know you don't face those hard things alone? No way! Jesus is right beside you. Yep, even right now. He gives you His power to climb through those mountains of worry and get through any rough stuff you gotta do. The Bible powers you up with this truth. For I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength. That means you don't have to have your own power to do hard things. Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus.
Hey guys, isn't Ramsey so cool? I love learning the facts about our Bible buddies, but I especially learn how they help us remember the point for the day. Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. Now, guys, I did hear some commotion about something about a rock slide or something in the rail yard last night, and it could be really bad. Maybe we can find someone who can help us. Oh, wait. Hey, do you work here?
Do I work here? Friend, I've been working on the railroad the whole livelong day. And you know, I not only work on these trains, I also drive them. Cam Track's the name. I'm an engineer here with the railroad.
Well, hello, Cam. Nice to meet you. I'm Miss Debbie. And, hey, with a name like Cam Track, You must really love trains.
Oh, when you know these trains like I do, they become part of you.
Wow. Well, hey, Cam, listen. That's pretty deep, but we have a situation here. We heard something about a rock slide or something. Do you know anything about that?
Oh, yes, ma'am, you're right. Last night, some huge boulders came rolling down this mountain and landed right here on the track.
Oh, wow. Cam, that could cause some really big problems for a train, right?
Oh, you're right. It sure can. And as a matter of fact, May and my crew came here this morning to get this engine down the mountain. It's a good thing I'm here to take care of all this. Yeah.
Cam, do you really think that you're strong enough to take care of these massive boulders?
I don't think I am. I know I am.
Okay, well, I know. Cam, why don't you warm up on this rock right here?
That rock right
Yeah,
there?
why don't you warm up on that one? Yeah. See what
Easy
you think.
peasy. Hey, you might want to back up.
Oh, okay.
In case this bad boy goes flying across this rail yard.
Okay.
Here
Be
we
careful.
go. Got it.
Okay.
It's okay. I'll just give me a. Oh, it's no use. It's just too hard.
Cam, come here, buddy. I tell you what. Hey, listen. You're in luck because today, Cam, my friends and I here were just talking about how Jesus can help us do hard things. Trust Jesus. So, Cam, we all have to do hard things. It could be something like maybe a really hard test at school. Or maybe sometimes we have to deal with a bully at school who treats us badly and we don't know how to handle that. Cam, sometimes we even have hard things happen that are new to us, like what's happening here all over our world with this pandemic coronavirus thing. That's really hard. We're trying to figure out what to do there. Or Cam, sometimes it's like when we have to say goodbye to a family member. All of these are hard things, and we all have to deal with these things. And so we have to learn. Cam, oh my goodness.
Miss Debbie, haven't we already determined I am not strong enough to do all of this?
All right, Cam, come here, buddy. Let me help you one more time. It's like this, Cam. You got it? All right, let me help you up, railroad man. Hey, Cam, here's the deal. None of us, not me, not you, none of our friends out there, none of us are strong enough to handle things on our own. But here's the great news. We have our friend Jesus, who is strong enough to handle things and who will help us. Jesus' power will help us do hard things. Trust Jesus. You see, Jesus can handle anything, Cam. There's nothing that will come our way in life that Jesus can't help us with. He's there to help us, and he can help us handle all the hard things in life.
Wow, this Jesus sounds like a great guy, like somebody you'd really want to be friends with.
Totally, Cam. And I tell you what, all this week we're going to be learning more about Jesus. So I hope you'll stick around. You can be able to find out more about how Jesus can help us.
Well, I've got to figure out how to get these rocks off the track. Maybe Jesus can give me some ideas on knowing how to do that.
There we go, Cam. All right, hey, listen. I've got to hang here with my friends for just a few more minutes, but then after that, maybe I could come give you a hand.
Sounds good.
All right,
see you
around,
later.
Cam.
Bye.
Take care, buddy. All right, that Cam, man, I hope you can get that figured out with that rock slide. But hey, guys, Cam has to leave now to take care of the rock slide, and we're going to leave too because we have yet another place to journey to tonight. It's time for us to journey to Bible Adventures. So load up on the train, all aboard. Let's go to Bible Adventures.
Hey guys, welcome to Rocky Railroad VBS. I'm Miss Daytona. Come with me as we go through this tunnel. Today we're going to be learning about our friend Ananias. Ananias is from the city of Damascus. He was one of Jesus' disciples. Now this story is a true story from the book of Acts, chapter 9. Let's go meet our friend Ananias.
to Bible Adventures. I'm Miss Ann, and this is Miss Frances.
Hi.
And we're going to be your station leaders this week at VBS. We want you to come and join us. This is our house for tonight. And when people come to visit me, I like for them to feel comfortable. I want them to feel at home and to have a good time. One way that we can do that is that we get to know each other. So right now we're going to talk about something that comes easy for you. For instance, it might be that you can throw a baseball and hit that ball, or you can do soccer like nobody else, but somebody else has a hard time doing that. Perhaps your thing is math. You're just a whiz at math, or maybe reading. Somebody else can't do that. So Miss Frances, tell us what comes easy for you.
I like to draw. I love to look at pictures of things and just draw. My specialty is drawing horses, ever since I was a kid.
Wow. Well, what comes hard for you?
Getting in front of a camera, being videotaped, I'm nervous right now.
We have all had hard things to do. Jobs that just seem too hard or too complicated that we just didn't even try. But I want you to remember in the hard times that Jesus' power helps us through the hard times. So we need to trust Jesus. I can remember a time when I had this really hard thing to do. And Ananias, what are you doing?
What's it look like I'm doing? I'm hiding.
You're hiding from whom?
From everyone.
Well, that's not going to work. So why don't you stand up? Tell me what's going on. Oh, by the way, Ananias, these are my new friends. And new friends, this is Ananias.
Hide people in my friend's house that I don't know.
So what exactly are you hiding from?
It's Saul. He's here in Damascus, and he's arresting anyone who loves Jesus. And I love Jesus.
Oh, I guess you haven't heard.
Saul's arresting Christians, and I'm very afraid.
So you really haven't heard what's been going on.
That Jesus appeared to Saul on the road, and that a light shone over him, and he heard Jesus' voice, and then collapsed on the ground, and he was blind? Yeah, I heard that.
Well, why are you hiding, and why are you wearing this silly mustache?
Well, you see, God came to me in a vision and told me to go to Straight Street and to ask for a man from Tarsus named Saul.
Wow.
And when I found him, I was supposed to put my hands on him and pray for him so that he could see again.
So why are you here instead of doing what God has asked you to do?
Because when Saul can see again, who's he going to see? Me. And he's been arresting Christians. And I'm very afraid. Because he's been throwing rocks like this at us and putting us in chains. And, well, I'm not sure what he's going to do with this, but I do not want to find out.
Oh, maybe my new friends here know something about this. In fact, we've been talking about that. Jesus' power pulls us through and helps us in the hard times. So we need to trust Jesus.
But this is a hard thing, a super hard thing, and I'm not sure I can do it. Have you ever had to do something that was really, really hard?
Oh, I have, and my friends have too. In fact, we were just talking about that. You know, I've got an idea, Ananias. Daytona, can I call on you a second?
Yes, ma'am.
This is called a trust fall. So, Daytona, would you stand behind Ananias?
Okay.
And Ananias, be just as stiff as you can. Daytona, put one foot in front of the other.
All right.
And I want you, Ananias, to fall back into Daytona's arms. Are you ready? See? Falling backwards on purpose is a hard thing to do. Is that how you feel about going to see Saul?
That's exactly how I feel.
Okay, so I want you at home to try this. Do exactly what we just did, like Ananias did. Stand very stiff and have someone stand behind you and do the trust fall.
So, earlier we talked about some things that are hard to do, like maybe doing math or being videotaped on TV, on the video camera, things like that. But I'm wondering if there's something in your life that you feel is hard to do right now. Maybe you're worried about heading to a new school, or maybe you're worried about a friendship that hasn't gone well, and you're wondering if you're going to be friends again. So, in my life, I'm kind of wondering what's going to happen in school when I start teaching this fall. What's going to happen in my classroom, my kiddos, all those kinds of things. So I want you to think about what's happening in your life. Maybe you're getting ready to move away, or maybe you've had a fight again with a friend. So, Daytona, I've got a question for you. Yeah, can you think about a time in your life, something that's happening in your life that's really hard?
Well, I have this friend, and he's going to college soon, but he doesn't have a place to live right now because of everything that's going on, and so I'm a little worried about him.
I understand.
So, Ananias, did you hear what Daytona was saying, what Miss Francis was saying? That everybody goes through hard times, that you're not by yourself. So, you don't have to face it alone. So, you know what God has called you to do. You know that you're not alone in this situation. So now, all that's left to do, remember what we've been talking about all night? Jesus' power helps us through the hard times. We trust Jesus. So, how does that make you feel?
It's still such a hard thing. I'm not sure I can do it.
Would you feel better if I prayed for you? Okay. Father, thank you for this lesson that we've learned tonight. It is very hard to do difficult things, but we know that you're the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. So, Lord, I just ask that you be with Ananias. Give him courage and be right with him as he goes to see Saul. In Jesus' name, amen. You know, boys and girls, I really hope we get to find out how that turns out with Ananias. So maybe he'll come back and visit us a little bit later on.
Maybe.
But until tomorrow night, I'll see you later.
Bye.
Welcome to Locomotion Games. We are doing virtual games, and we are so glad you're joining us, and this is going to be so much fun. This is day one. Now, you can do this with your family if you want. We're going to demonstrate this with a pool noodle, but you can use a rope, you can hold hands, you can do whatever you want, okay? But this first game is called Hold the Track Line, okay? And so this super fun game is all about holding on tight when things get tough, all right? So I've got Mr. Roy here. He's going to be our engine, and he's going to pick up our train cars, and they're going to run a little loop here. So we're going to get started. All right, are you ready, Roy?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Here we go. On your mark, get set, go. You're gonna run down, pick up the first car. They run down together. Run around the cone. Back to pick up Mr. Jack. Woo! Good job, good job. Keep going, keep going. And now they're gonna hang on, Jack. Hang on, Jack.
Get on.
They're gonna get their caboose and bring the caboose home. Holding the track line. Yeah, baby! Woo! That was awesome. All right, then we have a couple wrap-up questions for you to sit with your family and ask. What part of that game was the most fun? And then what part of the game was the hardest? Because that could be really hard hanging on tight, right? It could be pretty hard to hold on and stay together, but that's true when we have to do something hard in our lives. When we're struggling, it can pull us apart from our friends. So we need to stick together. I hope you had fun with that game.
Welcome to Imagination Station. My name is Miss Corinne. Do you have an imagination? A good imagination? Like, do you dream and wake up and you're like, oh my gosh, that was a crazy dream? Well, let's practice our imaginations. Let's pretend we're in the Rocky Mountains, and let's see, there'd be big mountains on the side with steep hills, and maybe over here there'd be some aspen trees that are golden and orange, and then up here there'll be a really tall mountain with maybe some snow caps on top and some snow falling down. Whoa, that's craziness. Does your imagination go crazy like that sometimes? Well, today we're talking about how Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus, right? Well, I'm gonna tell you about a hard thing I had to do in the Rocky Mountains. So one time, Miss Corinne and her family decided to go on a drive through the Rocky Mountains. And you know, at first it's so beautiful there, it really is. But then all of a sudden the road goes on this steep mountain, okay? And Miss Corinne's in the passenger seat, and I'm a little scared of heights. So I'm looking over, I'm getting more tense, you know, because it's a steep drop over there. And not only that, my 3-year-old daughter's in the back, and she hasn't had her nap. She also gets car sick, so she's like this the entire trip. So you have me like this, and my daughter like So what are we to do? We can't stop our drive in the middle of the road, because then there'd be traffic behind us. We also can't turn around. There's no place to turn around, so we just had to get through it, okay? It was just a hard thing we had to do. Well, it was mostly hard for me to get through that trip. But we did. We finally got through it. And sometimes life is like that. Sometimes there's just hard things you have to get through, and with Jesus' help, you can do that. So, our Bible buddy today is Ramsey, and he is a bighorn sheep. I have a trivia question for you. So, how long do you think it takes a baby bighorn sheep to climb as well as its mother? We have 6 weeks old or just a day old? I know when I was 6 weeks old, I didn't do much, so I can't imagine a day. What do you think? Let's look at the answer. Oh my gosh, it's a day. Just a day. I don't think I did anything cool my first day of life, let alone climb a mountain like a bighorn sheep. That's awesome. All right, but just like how bighorn sheep are given the ability to climb mountains, Jesus gives you the power to do hard things. Trust Jesus. All right, so in your pack that you got from the church, I don't know, you have something like this. Pull this out of your pack. It's a train track. I want you to find colored pencils, crayons, markers, anything. We're gonna make this a Rocky Mountain scenery. So you can do trees, mountains. Make this as cool as you can, because we're gonna need it later. All right, so hopefully your drawing looks somewhat like this. Mr. Ben and Mr. Goody drew this for me, so I had to do it, but I thought they did an excellent job. All right, so lay that down. That's gonna be our track for our gizmo. So reach into your pack and find something that's like this. It should have 2 black pieces, 2 yellow straws, and a rubber band. So open that up. Find the black piece that has the bump on it. You're going to take the rubber band. Okay, so you do it like this, and then you take the long straw and put it through. Then you're gonna find a paper clip to help you fish it through the other side. small piece. And take this off. All right, so the gizmo, wind it like this, and just think about, this is called an off-rail roller, and it represents your life. And let's see if we can keep it on the track. Yeah, it wasn't too bad, it just kind of missed right off this thing. Let's try it again, see if we can get it on the track. It rolled away. All right, let's wind it up. I'm gonna do it really tight this time, see if it can go super speed. All right. Okay, definitely went crooked that time. So you guys give it a try and see if you can get yours to stay on the track, because mine kind of went a little off track here or there. One time it started over somewhere else and ended up completely in the mountain range. So this is kind of like our life, and you know, sometimes it feels like our life goes in all different directions, or that things get out of control and we just get stressed out about it. But you know, that's okay, because God loves you and God loves me. And we can always trust God to help us do hard things. Trust Jesus. See you tomorrow.
Hey guys, I hope you've had fun tonight at Rocky Railway VBS, traveling to the different stations. Just now at Imagination Station, how fun was it making an off-rail roller? How fun. Hey guys, I have a special friend I want you to meet now. Every night, our pastor, Brother Fred, is going to come up, and he's going to do some really cool experiences with you to help wrap up the night. This is called Rocky Wrap Up. So, Brother Fred, we're glad you're here, and we're excited because I hear you're going to do the, let me see if I get this right, the Tricky Train Track
Very
Challenge.
Good. You got it
All
well.
right. So, Brother Fred, it's yours. We're glad you're here.
We've had a wonderful time here tonight, and I'm excited to be with you here again. And as we come to the end of each of our sessions, we're going to have a few minutes to talk through some of the lessons that we've enjoyed during the course of the evening. Now, as train crews, as you work, you do some terrific hard things. People who care for trains do some phenomenal work. They have to be sure the trains stay in good repair. They've got to be sure the tracks are in good shape. They've got to take care of all of the people that are on the train and all their cargo. And oh, they got to be sure that the trains are on time all the time. They do the things. It is just so very important, and it's hard work. So, as Ms. Debbie said, I came up with a really interesting, tricky train track challenge that appears to be so easy, and you and I are going to get to do that together. I need you to open your craft pack with all the good stuff in it, and what you're going to find as you pick it up is you're going to find 2 sheets of paper that have train tracks on them. See the train tracks? All right. I want you to get those, and then if they don't already have a little cut in it, I want a little bitty cut on the top of the 2 lines right there. You see that? Now this is simple. We've got 3 train tracks, and we want to tear them apart to we'll have 3 separate train tracks, not just one on a piece of paper. Sounds simple, doesn't it? Okay, we're going to take it at the corners, and we're going to make 3 separate train tracks. Are you ready? On the count of 3, we're going to do this together. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, pull. Uh-oh. That didn't work the way it was supposed to. It was supposed to be very simple, wasn't it? It was supposed to be a simple little project. Have you found out some things in life, they just aren't as simple as we thought that they are? Maybe you found that in your own life. Maybe you watched your brother or sister riding a bicycle and you thought, oh, that's going to be easy. And then you tried it and it was hard. Or maybe you watched mom and dad swimming and you thought, wow, that's going to be easy. And then you tried it and it was hard. Some things are a lot harder than we think they are. Now, can you think for me a moment? What if you thought that was really going to be easy, but it ended up being really, really hard? Have you got something in mind? All right, what I want you to do is take just a minute and think about that and hold it in your mind, because after we're done here tonight, I want you to go talk to mom and dad about that, or maybe one of your siblings, and tell them, this is what I thought was going to be easy, but it was really quite hard. Something that I have found is very difficult things can become much easier if we know a secret, if we have a tip. And I want to give you a tip that makes this project a whole lot easier. So here's what I want you to do. Get out your second one. And don't do it yet. I want to explain to you what I want you to do. I want you to hold it up the same way from the corners. But when I say go, I want you to reach over and bite the middle one, just like that between your teeth, and then we'll pull. And let's see what the difference is when we secure the middle track. Are you ready? Get ready now. You go ahead and bite. I'm still talking. Bite that top one. Got it? Okay, here we go together. 1, 2, 3. Hey, look what happened. Now we've got our 3 different tracks. Isn't it amazing when you know what the secret is, how much easier some things work? And it goes right along with the lesson that we've learned tonight. Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. We are surrounded by some great crews. We've got crews right there in your home. You know what crew you're a part of? It's your family. And God has given you a wonderful family. Maybe a mom and a dad, or maybe just a mom or a dad. Maybe you live with grandparents or some other family member. You have had a wonderful crew that God has given you. And as we share our tips together, as we share the hard things together, life can be so very much easier. But remember, in all that we do, that Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. And that's what we want to walk away remembering tonight, Miss Debbie.
It's been a great time, Brother Fred, and I'm so glad you've been here with us. And kids, I'm so glad you've been here with us. But this is not the end of the rail yet. We have 4 more nights of Rocky Railway. So we want you to come back and be with us all those other times. So until then, remember that Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey. There's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us whole and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey. There's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide